And there's Victor. There he is. And that's the fin, the dorsal fin for the pole that's coming from the fin. And this is the lifting the poles that we did, and it was a great time. Boy, we were really nervous, but yeah. And then let's see, next one. Yeah, that's a big one. Okay, is it 40 feet? Or all bigger? It's awfully big.
It's hard to photograph.
And there's the raven coming down here. And I'm sorry, there's a little hawk. This is the little hawk. And the ravens, let's see, do we have the top shots too?
We do.
See that? Let's see, do we? Well, anyway, do we?
We'll get to it.
Okay. So well, so there's a little hawk down here. Here's the big orca, and the dorsal fin, and then there's a little guy that rides on the back of the orca, and he's the messenger. He's the one that can speak to the land creatures and sea creatures. So he always rides with the whale. And if you don't find him on the whale, he's inside the dorsal fin. So I wanted to put him here. His arms come around here, and there's the blowhole. And a lot of them are little fillers. So there's a little bird in here, another one down here, and then there's the bear ears. And then we come up to the top if we can.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit, it's like further ahead. There it is.
Oh, yeah. And so here's the raven and the sun. Remember I did showing the sun? But this is a northern style pole, but I wanted to bring in and reflect the Puget Sound, Salish. So that is a spindle whirl.
What?
A spindle whirl. The spindle whirl is an apparatus that's I don't know if can you go back
Yeah, I
to
can
that?
go back to that.
See it? Just,
Let's go to the front.
yeah, there it is.
There it is.
So there's the spindle whirl, but this staff comes, this actually is in the city, this is in the mayor's office. God, they always collect our work and stick it out. So this is sticking out this way, and the women would take wool and spin yarn from the dog or the animal there, and spin yarn, and this is the spindle wheel. This is kind of spins as it rotates and collects the yarn. And these are thunderbirds, which is a very common element that we use, and I put a little abalone in here. So I wanted to take that and honor the women and those that have woven, and it's kind of our tool. So I wanted to put that up into the pole, and I think that's really what was my intention.
We have more close-ups a little further in.
Okay,
There's you.
kind of young there. I need a haircut. And
me.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, there you are.
Who I was surprised.
Yeah.
Whoa, there you are.
Yeah.
Peter and I.
Yeah, you guys are young looking guys. You guys are trouble. Trouble in the family.
I like the jacket.
Yeah.
I wish this was that. So, where are we?
Charlie? Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Oh, wow.
And then,
So this is 2010.
and there's the copper like I had in the other one. That represents our wealth in the region, the raven and the spindle whirl. This is the figure that symbolizes, it's a person, but it represents Seattle and its wealth, the copper. And then down here is you've got the whale, the messenger, and the little hawk here, and the big bear. Oh, this is another bird here, and this is the parent and the child as they wrap into this area there.
Do you want to say anything else about the top?
Well, the raven, no, not raven in the spindle world. Yeah. There's a close up there. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no-
Yeah.
there's the sun.
Were you born a raven? Or acquire that?
No, you know, no, I acquired it, I guess, on the Raven Road. You know, I'll tell you, I have to tell this, I'm throwing names out, but we're really real close to, I don't know, you know the name Alan Arkin? Alan Arkin. He's a very famous, he's family to us. We've been together for a long, long time since his son was on Northern Exposure. So we've spent all this, and we do the Santa Fe show, Indian Art Show. He lived and moved to Santa Fe, so we spent many times together. So I invited him out to Bishop's Lodge for dinner, and he says, yeah, I'll come out, and he would go everywhere with us. And I knew he was Raven, you know, I said, I'm Raven. You know? And so we did a bronze Raven, and so when he came to dinner, we put it on his plate before he showed up. and he goes, my God. I said, yeah, Alan, he says, you take good care of him, he needs a good home. I says, oh my God, you know, so, but I'm an Indian giver, I have to take it back to the show. So I said, you gotta be here at 5 o'clock tomorrow to pick it up, because the show wasn't over. Boy, at 5 o'clock, you can see Alan walking down there to pick his Raven up, and he picks the Raven up, he starts walking up, and someone yells at him, said, you're stealing Marvin's Raven. He goes, no, it's mine, you know, it's my Raven. But his son gave him the Raven blanket, the Pendleton blanket, you know my blankets, the 4 blankets that I did, Pendleton. And then we were spending time with him, and he says, yeah, Marvin, I think about you every morning. And I go, what are you, really, huh? He goes, yeah, because I have my Raven blanket on my bed every day. So, funny story. But he's Raven, so we're both kind of Ravens. But Ravens are the greatest bird. You know, I'm really close to, you know Tony Angel. I don't know Tony Angel. Come on, you know Tony. Yeah. He's the man about ravens. And he has a permit to raise ravens, and less perhaps. And he had a raven in a cage. We went over to his home, and he let the raven out, and the raven went up about 2,000 feet, and took off, and he went back down, and he went back into his cage. And he says, you know, Marvin, he says, that raven cannot be domesticated. He says, when he's ready to go, he goes. But in the meantime, he's going to be a real pest, because they'll chase you around, go in your house, make a mess of everything, chase you down in your car, and want to get in. And then one day, you open him up, he goes up, and he kind of gives you this thing, and he's off, and he's on his own. But he raises ravens. But we're just attracted to ravens, I guess. You know. Anyway.
This is from the Office of Arts and Cultural Affairs during restoration in 2000.
Yes.
I just really like this shot.
That's a nice shot. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know about the birds.
Pigeons.
You don't need a car for that.
So what year was it installed?
84. Yeah. Because he or she has the little medallion on her chest. And here's the Lincoln pole, and it's much like the, when Vic we were designing, thinking about the poles, there was mention of honoring the farmers. And so I said, well, let's do a woman and a male farmer at the top. And it's much like the Lincoln pole that's at Saxon and honoring, you know, it was Abraham Lincoln, but it was actually the USS Lincoln that helped commandeer and protect that village years ago. And so in honoring of that, of the Navy, they did the Lincoln pole. And so those are memorial poles. And they, in memory of a person, can be carved. Not, they say after they're deceased, but it's not true. You can carve a memorial pole for anyone, alive or who has passed away. It doesn't matter. And here's Lincoln. And so we thought it'd be great to have there they are, right here, in honor of our market. You did spike it, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that helps a lot.
restoration by the city. I just threw this in because it's fun.
Right.
They added more spikes
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
restored it. That's it.
Great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.